Schwerkolt Cottage is an original pioneer stone cottage. It is located in a charming old-world fenced garden, which in turn is surrounded by over 2 hectares of countryside. The cottage has been restored to its original condition and is completely furnished in the style of the period. The 3-room building is an unusual design. It includes a kitchen, combined living room, and 2 bedrooms, but there are no internal doors. All room entrances open into the cottage's surrounding veranda. There is a large fireplace made from stone, clay and mud, which would have been used for cooking, heating and boiling. The general plan and appearance of the cottage is similar to many houses built by early German settlers, although the original earthen floor has been replaced with tiles. There is an outside well which is lined with stone and fitted with a hand pump. Many scented plants surround the cottage, which grow happily together with an old bay tree and a wisteria, almost as old as the cottage itself. It truly is a place where you can step back in time and picture the world our forefathers lived in. The cottage was built in 1864 by August and Paulina Schwerkolt, who migrated from Prussia. It was constructed using materials found mostly on site. The stone was excavated from near the creek. The rafters and veranda posts were cut from young trees on the property, and the doors and window frames were adds from logs and slabs that were later replaced by sawn timber fittings. It was the first solidly constructed home in the Mitcham area, and to this day remains one of the few stone cottages in metropolitan Melbourne that still stands on its original site. Throughout the years, the cottage was inhabited by various members of the family, but in 1946 the family moved away. The stone cottage was rented for many years, but gradually fell into disrepair. In the early 1960s, the stone cottage was threatened with a demolition order issued by the Housing Commission. Due to lack of appropriate toilet and washing facilities, the premises were declared unfit for habitation. In 1963, what was left of the property was purchased by the local council, who along with a party of residents restored the building to its original condition. The cottage was officially reopened in 1965 and now stands as a permanent reminder of the early pioneers in the district. People keen on history will be pleased to note there is much more to see than just the cottage. At one corner of the cottage grounds is a slab barn. It has been made with timber slabs between cleats using handmade nails. If you take note of the door hinges, you will notice they were created from horseshoes. Inside, you'll find the barn houses a horse and a buggy. Directly behind the barn is the Blacksmith Shed. It's another timber slab construction and contains all the implements a smithy would have used, not only to shoe horses, but also create and repair the various farm implements. Next to the smithy shed is a smokehouse. Built from stone, it would have once been used to cure meat, fish and the like. Behind the smithies is the museum. It's a treasure trove of interesting memorabilia, including household artifacts, photographs, documents, maps, newspapers, toys, antique costumes, jewellery, lace and needlework. It also includes a wide range of devices used for washing, mending and pressing clothes. There's also a collection of locally made clay and tile products manufactured by the many brick and tile works that were established in the area in the early 1900s. To top it off, there is a visual display depicting local history which kids of all ages like to watch. Directly behind the museum is a large display of machinery and equipment commonly used on the local farms. Something that could possibly be missed if you didn't walk around it is the wine cellar. A solid wooden door leads to a tunnel into the hill where the original family would have once stored the wine they made. On entering, you will find a range of artifacts that relate to winemaking. Further down the hill is the Orchard Machinery Shed. It's the most recent addition to the complex, having just been added in 2007. The shed contains historic farming implements specific to the local orcharding industry. The peaceful Cottage Garden is an excellent place to unwind. In good weather, it's simply wonderful to stretch out on a rug and relax, with some nibblies and drinks perhaps. If you listen, you will no doubt hear the sounds of the local bellbirds. But if you're intent on a more serious picnic, further down in the grounds are a number of free electric barbecues, along with solid wood picnic tables, water drinking fountains and tap water supply. For the kids, there is an excellent little playground, and to top it all off, there are automatic toilets. At the bottom of the grounds is the Mullum Creek. The East Link Trail runs along beside the creek, through the cottage grounds, thus enabling walkers and passing cyclists the chance to stop and recharge with a cool drink or simply a sit down. The trail is a well-made walking and cycling track, which runs from Ringwood all the way through to the city. The East Link Trail also links the cottage with the adjacent Yaron Deeun Nature Reserve. The 7.2 hectare reserve is predominantly bush containing indigenous plants. It has a large network of paths which lead through different vegetation types. Special attractions also include a designated Aboriginal site, ancient scar trees, Aboriginal camping places and spirit places. Over 85 species of birds have been identified in the reserve. It is also possible to sight koalas and the manogums, and kangaroos and wallabies as they move up and down the Mullum Valley. If you're extremely lucky, you may sight a platypus in the creek. Whilst enjoying the tranquility of the grounds, most visitors would be surprised to know just how close they are to the East Link tunnel entrance. It's a quick 29-minute drive along the freeway from the centre of Melbourne.